don't care if you have to figure it out on your own. God will give you guidance. He will not leave or forsake you, sis, and I'm a walking testimony, okay? Let me give you guys a background, okay? I was pregnant with my firstborn, Grayson, okay? I was a few months pregnant, and yeah, I was 2 months pregnant because he left when I was 8 weeks pregnant. If you guys never seen that video, now you know. He left when I was 8 weeks pregnant. Prior to him leaving, I didn't want to keep the baby. He wanted me to keep the baby, so I kept the baby. And once I decided I was going to keep my son, then he decided he didn't want me to have the baby. Well, guess what? My mind's made up now. And once my mind is made up, it's made up. He had me against the wall, screaming in my face, yelling in my face. Never have I ever experienced such disrespect, such abuse. That's abuse. It's emotional abuse. Like, he was yelling in my face, you know, like this close in my face, screaming at me, trying to make me abort the baby. I was like shaking. I didn't know what to do. And if it's like that while you're pregnant, baby, it's not going to get any better. So I please encourage you guys, if you guys are going through it and it's definitely abusive, do not stay. Okay, do not stay. Get yourself out of that situation before it's too late. Okay, yeah, guys, this is a long one. So go ahead and grab your beverage. Oh, wine sounds so good right now. But I'm on keto. Shit. All right, anyways, so here we go. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Sharia Brooks, and I'm back with another video. So today's video is another story that I received via email from one of you guys, from one of my subscribers, and drop some names down below on what these episodes should be called. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into today's story. Hi love, hope all is well. I want to say you're a brave, courageous young woman for still having some fight laughing you. I'm gonna read it verbatim and try to figure out what she means. Some fighting you, perhaps? God is blessing you more than you know. I just want to say I wish I would have came across your video last September. I was in a scary situation in my life. I was looking forward to starting a family with my ex-boyfriend, and he already has 2 children with 2 different women. He's had his first child at 21. I am 26 with no children. I was so scared and nervous and confused because of the space we were, and it definitely wasn't a good space at all whatsoever. But he did say that he wanted this baby, and because of my family being on my head and not know which way to turn, just wishing I had somebody to say to me, you know what, regardless of what you're going through, we will be fine. I needed that, and I needed it most from my mother. I pretty much got caught up with my ex, of course. The child wasn't planned, and we were together for nearly a year, and he had his own demons going on. Things weren't going right, and he still had a relationship with his second child's mother, and I want to finding out that she was having a child on the way after me. Damn. I was 9 weeks. I decided to continue out my pregnancy up until that point because I know what I wanted. I've been struggling with the fact that I made that decision of not keeping my child. Oh, woo. Y'all, I'm too emotional for this. Struggling with the fact that I've made that decision of not keeping my child every day since, and it's not the easiest thing to do with it because I would have been due next week. Wow. He wasn't all he could have been for me or to me at the time, but I know that we could have went to go. Okay guys, this is kind of hard for me to read because I'm reading it verbatim on how I see it in my email, so just bear with me. I'm trying to dissect this email because it's a very lengthy email, but y'all just bear with me. I know how to read, okay? There's no periods, there's no punctuations, there's nothing going on, so I'm trying to read it how she meant it. All right, let's carry on. He wasn't all he could have been for me or to me at the time, but I know that we could have went to go family. I've been struggling with the fact that I've made that decision of not keeping much out every day since, and it's not the easiest thing to do with it because I would have been due next week. When I got the abortion, I didn't tell him till 2 days later. Yes, I feel I did him wrong in that sense because he had to say so too, and I'm trying to find peace. We didn't speak for 3 months after that, and now we're just in a confused space. We just started communicating again, and as soon as I see him, the tears shed. I'm always the strong one sometimes. I need someone to be strong for me, and I needed him the most. He wasn't all he could have been for me or to me at the time, but I know that we could have went to go fam. Oh shit. Hang on. Did she say the same thing twice? Yes, she did say the same thing twice. He wasn't all he could have been for me or to me at the time, but I know that we could have went to go family. I need a more from him mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, spiritually. At that moment, he wasn't giving me anything. Okay. This is difficult, y'all. Y'all can tell I'm having a hard time with this one. He's giving me everything, and he blames my family for making a decision one day to make the decision, but my mom kind of pushed me towards the decision, especially when I found out what was going on with his other child's mother and just where I was at mentally. I still love this person very much, and I honestly still want us to have a family. I just really don't feel like it'll feel the same way with anyone else. I need to video 6 months ago. I really wish I would have made a completely different decision. But I know either way, God is going to bless and keep me as he's already been, and all I can do is hope for the best. Thank you for being so brave via YouTube. Best blah blah blah, her name. Okay, sis, that was a hard pill to swallow. Oh, where do I begin? Like, so to sum it all up, girls, if y'all had a hard time following along, because shit, I almost did myself. It sounds like our sis here was pregnant, and she was dating this guy who had 2 other baby mamas, and he ended up getting the other baby mama pregnant while she was pregnant. So since he wasn't serving her needs spiritually, financially, emotionally, and he done cheated on her and got another girl pregnant, her mom encouraged her to abort the baby, and now she regrets it because she feels like they still could have been a family, but she knows at the end of the day he wouldn't have been able to provide for her or nurture her needs financially, spiritually, emotionally. And on top of that, let's not forget, brother cheated. So for any of you guys who are going through this situation, because I have gotten another email that is very similar to that one. The girl, she was dating this guy and he already had another baby mom, and then he got the baby mama pregnant, and now she was pregnant and the baby mama was pregnant. But she couldn't leave him alone, so she kept messing with him and so on and so forth. So I see this as a trendy thing, unfortunately. And first and foremost, honey, I would say, but anyways, so what I would say is that, you know, first of all, props to your mom. Props to your mom for, you know, helping you make a decision. And although, like, till this day you disagree with that decision, like I say in my videos, you do what's best for you in your situation. Now, I don't condone abortion, but I do not condone being in, like, making your a bad situation worse. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to make a bad situation worse, especially with this fool, like, okay, granted, yes, you could have had the baby. You could have left his ass and had the baby somewhere else. you know, moved back in with your mom, did your thing with your mom, and got that support from your family, and that could have totally worked out for you. But that's not how it went, and I'm not trying to make you feel bad for not choosing that route, because everybody's situation is different. However, everything happens for a reason. Like, unfortunately, you know, that you did make that decision, and your mom encouraged you to make that decision, because you got to look at it from your mom's point of view. He had 2 baby mamas already. Nothing wrong with that, because y'all, if y'all didn't know, I have 2 baby dads. But it is what it is, okay? It is what it is. That's why I feel like I'm qualified to sit here in front of you guys today and tell these stories and give my advice. Welcome to my channel. I'm Sharia Brooks. How you doing? Okay. He already has 2 baby moms, and he done slipped up and told on himself by getting, good thing that happened though, but he got the other baby mama pregnant again. So now this makes 2 kids with one kid with the other baby mama, and now you pregnant with the kid. And like, it's too much. It's too much. Like, yes, you did abort the baby. However, who knows how it could have turned out in the end, because that's a lot of stress to be under when you're pregnant. Like, I know, like, I could not like have all of that stress in, for the simple fact that you wish it could have worked out, but you know it's not good for you because of what he's lacking to provide. And at the same time, he's a cheater. Point blank, period, sis. If he is a cheater, you didn't need him. No way. You know, like, it's good that you guys have parted your ways for the months that you've parted, and he doesn't have a say when it comes to, oh, he wish you would have told he wish you would have told him about the abortion before you did it. Like, okay, me coming from my experience, I feel like it's your body, do as you please. You don't have to tell him shit. But in the reality of the situation is, he did play a part in it. It is what it is. You did what you had to do. And he didn't know about it until later. And quite frankly, to be honest, he was out doing his dirt from the jump. He wasn't faithful to you. So, as quiet as it's kept, and as far as I'm concerned, he doesn't have the right to know anything that was going on with you. He slipped up. He's a cheater. He's not faithful. He's not providing financially, emotionally, spiritually. He has 0 say. And unfortunately, you know, you did have the abortion, but you did what was best for you in your situation. That's a lot of drama, a lot of baggage that he has that he needs to figure out on his own, honey. You don't want to bring a child into this world and put it through hell, especially with a jerk like that. You know what I mean? Now, when I made that video, I don't want you guys to feel like you have to keep your kid because I told you guys my story and it was a sad story and now you feel guilty. That video was not meant to guilt trip anybody. It was just solely meant to like encourage and support you guys and be your sis over the internet if you needed someone to talk to and support you, you know, as much as I possibly can. Because I know how it is to go through situations by yourself without your family, without any friends. I know how it is to be without friends. I didn't have friends for a very long time, and as quiet as it's kept, y'all, I really got friends now. But it is what it is, you know what I mean? Like, life goes on, and I made that video so you guys can feel like you're in a safe place, and so you guys can feel encouraged despite the decision you guys decide to make on your situation, your pregnancies and stuff like that. Like, it's not that I condone having kids out of wedlock and I condone having kids if you're with a miserable piece of you know what. I don't condone that at all. I just want you guys to have a, you know, just feel inspired by my story and based off of, hey guys, anyway. But I hate when that happens. I hate when I get a phone call in the middle of a video because I be on my tangent and that phone call just it makes me forget what I was talking about. But anyway, So I believe I was saying something along the lines as like, I don't want you guys to feel like I can, yeah, I just strictly want to be a form of support, make these type of videos and just give you guys my perspective. But sometimes, you know, the saying mother knows best. Sometimes mother does know best, and sometimes you have to do what works best for you in your situation and take your own advice. But I feel like your mom, she did what she had to do by advising you that. She was the third party looking out. Yeah, she was a third party, the third person looking out, like looking at it out of the blinders, okay? You were in the situation, so you kind of have blinders on, like you only seen, you know, what you wanted to see. You didn't see him sneaking out. I don't know, you probably did, but you probably didn't know what he was up to. He was up to no good. So your mom being a responsible adult, and then let's also talk about the age gap, the 21-year-old boy and you're being 26. We'll touch on that in a minute, but don't let me forget about that, okay? Y'all can have my own show. I would love to have my own show. But anyway, so mom, she's looking at the situation like, oh no, 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 no. I don't want my daughter a part of that. He already has 2 baby mamas, another baby on the way with the 2nd baby mama. Now you about to be the 3rd baby mama. I don't want you a part of that. You can do that all by yourself. And quite frankly, to be honest, sis, your mom is right. Your mom is absolutely right. You can do bad all by yourself, regardless if you decide to have that baby or not. If you would have had the baby, you probably wouldn't have left him. All in all, you didn't have the baby, so you guys parted ways. It was best for you guys to part ways. Unfortunately, it happened that way, but it was best that you guys did part ways. So ultimately, you did what you had to do, what was best for your situation. If this situation is, if you're going through the situation now, girl, like, I don't know who you are or where you are and where you may be. I actually got a message from the UK the other day, and that was kind of dope. But anyways, I just really hope you do what's best for you in your situation. Like, if you are in a shitty, toxic relationship, and I have another one of those coming up next week, so stay tuned. But if you're in a shitty, toxic relationship and you're being mistreated, you're being cheated on, your man is not being the man he's supposed to be, you know, he's not providing you any emotional support, spiritual support, you know, physical support, like none of it, sis, kick rocks. Take your child and go. Do not put yourself through that. Or before you even have the baby, if you decide to have the baby, girl, take your pregnant behind and go. Okay, I don't care if you have to figure it out on your own. God will give you guidance. He will not leave or forsake you, sis, and I'm a walking testimony, okay? Let me give you guys a background, okay? I was pregnant with my firstborn, Grayson, okay? I was a few months pregnant, and yeah, I was 2 months pregnant because he left when I was 8 weeks pregnant. If you guys never seen that video, now you know. He left when I was 8 weeks pregnant. Prior to him leaving, I didn't want to keep the baby. He wanted me to keep the baby, so I kept the baby. And once I decided I was going to keep my son, then he decided he didn't want me to have the baby. Well, guess what? My mind's made up now. And once my mind is made up, it's made up. He had me against the wall, screaming in my face, yelling in my face. Never have I ever experienced such disrespect, such abuse. That's abuse. It's emotional abuse. Like, he was yelling in my face, you know, like this close in my face, screaming at me, trying to make me abort the baby. I was like shaking. I didn't know what to do. And if it's like that while you're pregnant, baby, it's not going to get any better. So I please encourage you guys, if you guys are going through it and it's definitely abusive, do not stay. Okay? Do not stay. Get yourself out of that situation before it's too late. Because once you have the baby, you're going to feel stuck. He's going to make you feel obligated to stay. Then you're going to feel obligated to stay. And then guess what? Now your child's going to grow up in a toxic situation. And they're going to learn those traits and behaviors. They're going to take on these traits and behaviors. And they're going to feel like it's okay to yell at your significant other. They're going to feel like it's okay to grab them by the throat. They're going to feel like it's okay to push them against the wall and scream in their face. That's what they learned growing up. You don't want your child to take on these behaviors that you've experienced in your relationships. So do what's best for you and your baby. Do what you gotta do. At the end of the day, God gave you that child. God gave it to you. Yes, we're supposed to do it together. That's how it's supposed to work, but it didn't. So now God gave it to you, so you have to make the best decision for yourself and for your child. If you're expecting, you have to do what's best for yourself and for your child. Put yourself in that person's shoes, in your child's shoes. So say for instance you're pregnant right now, or you just had the baby, or you're trying to figure out if you're going to keep the baby. Think to yourself, would I want my daughter or my unborn child going through this? What advice would I give them if they were going through this? What would I tell them to do? Would I tell them to stay and continue getting yelled at? Or would I tell them, you better be an independent woman and get your ass out there and do what you got to do for yourself because you're not being treated appropriately? You don't deserve that. What would I tell them? And that's something I have to consider when I was going through it as well. And thank God he left, honey. His ass left when I was gone at work, and I came home and it was like a ghost town in my apartment. And I'm just so glad his mama encouraged him to leave my ass, because Lord knows I am in a much better place. I had the most bliss when I was pregnant. I was just so content. I was so happy. I just had the most happy, beautiful baby, and it was meant for him to go, okay? Because, you know, I was young. I was 21 when I had my son, and I would have wanted to leave him. Let's just say this, Lord knows how that situation could have ended, and I don't. But all I know is that he took his shit and he left, and that was the best thing he could have ever done for me. So just so you guys know, I've had a taste of it, and I don't want you guys to have to go through that. So sis, if you're watching this, don't know what to do, I hope my story encouraged you, and I hope old girl's story encouraged you too, because you could do bad all by your damn self, okay? If you guys enjoyed this video, it was a good one, y'all. It was a good one, if I say so myself. Go ahead and shoot your stories to my email. It will be in the description box below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video if you have not already. The likes definitely help my channel out a lot, guys. It really helps get my views, get my videos out there to the world, so people who are going through situations like this can find them from content creators like myself. Subscribe to my channel. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.